Two lavender plants, same street, same August heat wave. One is a tight silver-green mound, throwing off a second wave of purple spikes. The other is brown at the tips, split down the middle, and half drowned in a mulch bed that never dried out after last week's storm. Same species, same summer, and the owner of the dying one did more for that plant than the owner of the thriving one. That is the part that should scare you, because August is not a rest month for lavender. It is the month that decides two separate things at once. If you have Grosso, Provence, or Phenomenal still blooming, this is your last real pruning window before the clock runs out on the season. And if you already pruned your English lavender back in July, this is the month it either rewards you with a second flush or punishes you for touching it again. Miss the second one, and you can undo everything the first cut did right. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to cut this month. You will know what to leave alone, how to tell drought stress from fungal problems in a heat wave, and how to get a second free lavender plant. This insurance policy is at zero cost. Numbers included every time. But first, drop your state or your USDA zone in the comments. I read every one. Here's the thing almost nobody explains about August lavender care. It is not one job. It is 5 completely different jobs for different plants. Treat all your lavender the same, and you will overwork one variety, underwater another, and accidentally kill a third. Let's go plant by plant. The first thing is the deadline you are about to miss. If your lavender is a lavandine, grosso, or Provence, it is probably still in bloom right now. These plants send up long, fat flower wands well into August, sometimes early September. Most pruning advice gets this universal timing wrong. English lavender finishes its main flush in late June and early July. The lavandins run 6 to 8 weeks behind that schedule. So if you followed a July pruning tutorial and your grosso is still covered in flowers, you did not miss anything. You are exactly on schedule. The mechanism is simple. Prune it and it pushes soft new growth, and that growth needs weeks of decent weather to lignify and toughen before frost. Otherwise, the cold burns it off and weakens the plant. The window does not close on a date. It closes a fixed number of weeks before your first frost. The mistake is assuming you are already late, panicking, and skipping the cut entirely, which leaves the plant to go leggy and woody at the base. Or you cut it back so hard out of urgency that they take it past its safe margin with too little season left to recover before cold weather. Here are your numbers. Count back 6 weeks from your average first frost date. If today is inside that window, this is your cut right now. Take off a third on English types, up to half on lavandins, cutting roughly 2 inches above the point where green growth turns to brown wood. If you are already past that 6-week mark, do not do a full renovation prune. Deadhead only, snip the spent flower stems, and stop for the season. Grosso is the workhorse most garden centers push because it is reliable, but Provence carries noticeably longer stems better suited for drying. Phenomenal was specifically bred for better disease resistance in humid climates, which matters a great deal for what we are about to cover next. The second job is the second flush. Healthy English lavender, cut correctly in July, will often push a second, smaller flush of flowers in August. Most gardening content never mentions this. People see fresh flowers and decide it's time for another real prune. That instinct gets people into trouble. The mechanism explains why. Every prune restarts the clock on hardening off time. Cut hard in early July and the plant has 10 or 12 weeks before frost. Cut hard again in mid-August and you might be giving it 4 weeks, which is not enough. You are sending it into winter with soft, unripened growth. The specific mistake is treating the second flush like a second invitation to prune. It is not. It is a bonus, not a job. Once inside 6 weeks of frost, stop. On the second flush specifically, all you do is deadhead. Snip the spent stems back to the first set of healthy leaves. Nothing deeper. Leave the rest alone. This next mistake kills more lavender in August than any pest ever will. It is not a bug problem. It is a water problem in 2 opposite directions. Established in-ground lavender is a genuine drought plant. It evolved on dry, rocky, sun-blasted Mediterranean hillsides, built to shrug off weeks without rain. The instinct to water it during a heat wave because everything else is wilting is exactly backwards. More lavender dies from wet roots in August. But that rule does not apply across the board. A lavender planted this spring, or one still living in a pot, does not have the deep root system yet. The mechanism is root depth and soil buffering. An established plant has roots running 2 or 3 feet down into cooler soil. A first-year plant has shallow roots. Established lavender. 0 supplemental water in an average August. Only water in extreme drought if showing genuine wilting. 1 deep soak is enough. First year or container lavender. Check the top 2 to 3 inches of soil. If fully dry and no rain in 10 days, water deeply, then let it dry fully again. Containers in a heat wave over 90 degrees may need checking every 2 to 3 days. A pot has almost no buffer left. Ground or container? Comment below. The fourth job is the one blamed on the wrong culprit every year. When gardeners see brown, spotted foliage, the first assumption is almost always pests. August combines heat, humidity, and thunderstorms, exactly what fungal disease wants. The real culprits are botrytis and root rot driven by moisture. The mechanism is airflow. A lavender mound left dense traps humid air at soil level. Mulch against the crown holds moisture against the most vulnerable part. The mistake is doing all three: evening sprinkler watering, planting shoulder to shoulder, and mulching right up to the base like a hydrangea. Space lavender 18 to 24 inches apart. If you water, do it at the soil line in the morning. Never overhead, never in the evening. Air must move. Pull mulch back 2 inches from the crown. Use gravel or coarse grit instead of bark. Bark holds the moisture you are trying to keep away from the base. French lavender is noticeably less tolerant of humid, stagnant conditions than English or the lavendins. It tends to show fungal trouble first if airflow is bad. If your hydrangeas also look rough, it's the same water mistake. I have a full breakdown over on the site, linked in the description. Free preview available. The fifth job is the one plant category you touch the least in August. French and Spanish lavender have almost always finished their main bloom by now. Spanish lavender is the early bird, flowering back in late spring. Pruning advice aimed at English lavender is not safe for French or Spanish types in August. The mechanism is tenderness. These types are less cold-hardy and less tolerant of a hard cut. A vigorous prune on French lavender specifically can kill it outright. Cutting them now to catch up gives them a wound to heal with too little season left before cold weather on the least frost-tolerant plant in the bed. The mistake is treating French or Spanish lavender like the English varieties. It does not need it. No structural cut of any kind this month, period. Shaping waits for a light trim in early spring after the worst of winter. Remember, these only live 5 to 7 years. That is not a failure, it's the plant. Now for the good news. August is one of the best months to make more lavender for free. Semi-hardwood cuttings root more reliably than spring shoots. Fresh green growth is too soft and rots. Brown wood is too far gone. Semi-hardwood is mature enough to hold shape, but young enough to root readily. The mistake is grabbing a flowering stem because it's visible or waiting until fall when the wood has gone too hard and the growing season is over. Take 4 to 6 inch cuttings from healthy, non-flowering growth. Strip flower buds and remove leaves from the bottom 2 inches. Rooting hormone is optional. Push it into a well-draining mix of sand and perlite, water it once, and leave it in bright, indirect light. Expect roots in 4 to 6 weeks. Simple as that. Overwinter them somewhere protected but unheated and plant them out next spring. This is the cheapest insurance policy for a 15-year plant life. Here is your August checklist. Prune lavendins now, respecting the 6-week frost deadline. Deadhead, don't re-prune your English lavender flush. Water established plants close to 0. Fix airflow, watering time, and mulch placement before you blame a bug for fungal decline in your garden. Leave French and Spanish lavender alone this month, and take semi-hardwood cuttings now for free plants next spring. Tell me your zone in the comments. If this saved a plant, hit subscribe. We do this the honest way here, with real numbers and real deadlines. No fluff, just the truth about gardening. Now go check the soil around the base of your lavender before you do anything else. That single check tells you more than any calendar date will.